titles here at the MFPW, and I mean, now with a new focus, I mean, there's almost no ceiling for what Nick Petit can do. But someone who can go to those similar heights is this man.
His opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 154 pounds, the next big deal, the energy, Daniel Alexander!
Daniel Alexander, a former tag team champion here in the MFPW, former middleweight medallion holder, and there's some of that energy that you can see right there. And the crowd's certainly happy to see him back. This is the first time in about 15 months that we've seen him here at the MFPW, and I had the chance to speak with him about just that, about what's been going on in his absence, and to use his exact words, he said he's been putting different seasonings on the chicken. He's been going out to different areas, kind of expanding his horizons in professional wrestling, and he certainly knows where home is, and well, that says it all right there.
Faran, I don't care what these people are saying. I don't care what he's been doing for the last 15 months. That's all you had to say. He hasn't been in an MFPW ring in 15 months. Nick Petit's here every day. Nick Petit competed last night, as a matter of fact. I said this to you, Murphy, earlier. The Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup is coming home with world renown, and what a way to start it off. A victorious match for Nick Petit incoming. That's my pick to win it, right there.
I imagine you might be slightly biased, but I know Daniel Alexander. His heart is on the line in everything he does. He puts 100% of what he does into everything he does.
Oh, well scouted there, and right into the headlock. Alexander showing that he may not have necessarily missed a beat despite not being here in the MFPW for all that time.
You can tell that from a headlock, Faran? Come on.
I've been around a bit here in the MFPW. I've seen some things.
How's that? Call that one.
A very impressive shoulder tackle from the focus, Nick Petit of world renowned. How about that?
Whoa.
Drop down here, and the agility of Daniel Alexander, able to meet the technical prowess of Nick Petit. There's the line there. Oh. Big neck breaker.
And that's what Alexander has to do here, has to rely upon that agility. I think that's where he has an ever so slight edge over Petit. Covered, nope, only a 2 count.
You know, Faran, I'll say you're right about that. Nick Petit thrives when he controls the pacing of the match, and he's not being able to do that right now. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Chopping the throat there. Now, big clothesline in the corner.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Daniel Alexander sounds like he's on Dream Street. And maybe we're going to see a short-lived welcome home. Oh!
Well, Petit now with the cover, hooks the leg, and only a 2 count. But this is where Petit has to take advantage, utilize the strength advantage that he has over Daniel Alexander, also the leverage as well. You play to those strengths, and that's certainly the key to victory.
Overpowering Petit there, massive suplex on the part of Daniel Alexander. Of course, a #1 contendership as a result of winning the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup tournament, what it would mean for Daniel Alexander to claim that title.
Hold on, Nick, hold on.
Now over the other way.
Whoa.
Tilt-a-whirl up under the shoulders.
Yes.
Snake eyes in the corner.
Watch this, boys. Oh!
What a clothesline. That could do it here. 2 and
no way.
2 3/4 at least.
I think I just saw Brian Morris almost have a stroke
Knock
at
it
that
off.
kick out.
The best clothesline I've ever seen executed, and Daniel Alexander kicks out of that?
Well, certainly Daniel Alexander turned inside out and upside down. He felt that. Feeling the energy now, but Nick Petit sending him crashing down to the mat.
Hear that? You hear that? Pay attention.
Nick Petit utilizing that core memory, the strike to the back of the head on several of his opponents. I'm sure looking for that at some point in this match, but now, not getting that Boston Crab.
And that is something that we've seen that's been a difference here in the focus of Nick Petit, kind of shifting to a more submission-based offense.
Well, Daniel Alexander utilizing that classic high-flying agility that we've been talking about.
Oh my God.
He's styling up 1-800-bangers.
No.
Oh, Alexander picking the leg.
What it do, baby?
Shut up.
Great defeat.
It's so great to see Alexander back in an MFPW ring.
I hate it.
Welcome home, Daniel Alexander.
Oh!
The 2-6-7, will that do it here?
No.
Yes, it will.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 5 minutes, 4 seconds. The winner of this bout advancing to the second round, Daniel Alexander.
Well, it wasn't World Renown's night. Respectfully.
What?
What a return for Daniel Alexander.
Yeah. I thought you were trying to be friendly with me, Murphy. I thought we were broadcast partners every Friday night on TRL. You're gonna rub it in my face like that?
I'm
Come
not
on.
rubbing nothing in nobody's face. But Faran, I know you've known Daniel Alexander. Is this him in his peak form? Has he not missed a beat?
He looks pretty tuned up to me here, and we'll see how much further he can go as the night goes on. Daniel Alexander advancing to the second round.
Whose idea was this to put me with you two? You two homers.
I want to remind you
Never
all,
give us a fair
we have
shake.
docu-series called Monster Factory, which can be seen on Apple TV. You guys see? You guys have it? You like it? What you like about it? Awesome. Check it out. Again, it's a 6-part docu-series, about 30 minutes each. Again, it tells incredible stories. I urge you, I plead with you, make sure that you watch it and also share with your friends, your loved ones, and everybody else. Again, Monster Factory on Apple TV. Thank you.
And to your point, Morris, I'd like to think that I've been rather unbiased in my call. I haven't homered one way or the other. I call it right down the middle as the broadcast journalist that I've been for a very long time here in the MFPW.
You know what, Faran? Maybe I'm just letting Murphy get to me because I have to deal with him every Friday.
We guarantee Mike Z.
In the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing first from Allentown, Pennsylvania, weighing 170 pounds, the assistant, Michael Z.
Mike Z found out last night on TRL who his opponent would be. Mark Raspa Jr. winning a battle royal to earn this opportunity to enter the cup.
A great number of competitors from all over in that just last night.
His opponent from Woodbury Heights, New Jersey, weighing 165 pounds, Mark Raspa.
Well, there you see Raspa acknowledging the cup. Knows that he has a long bit of endurance to go here, more than the Battle Royal last night, if he wants to take it. Mike Z, a former arena champion here, former tag team champion as well. Certainly no slouch. And hopefully, for all the competitors, that they're not looking too far ahead.
Did you guys set this up? I mean, first I have to watch Nick Petit lose right in front of me. I can't do anything about it because I'm bound to this commentary table. And the second match of the night, Mark Raspa, the man who cheated me out of a spot in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup tournament 24 hours ago. Now I have to watch this guy?
Hey, well, he's Mr. Friday Nights now. Oh, coming out strong with a sling blade. Oh, and he's punching his ticket. He wants to show that it wasn't just a fluke last night.
He also has to be careful not to punch himself out. This is a test of endurance here. 3, potentially 4 matches one has to go through here.
Well, Mike Z was telling me earlier today that he is still the main primetime player. He is primetime on Saturday nights. Mark Raspa can have Fridays. For Mike Z, he wants to be in the main event of these premium shows.
It's a good point. He's showing his worth right now, and I'm sure Mike's going to thank me after he dominates Mark Raspa here. I warmed him up for you, Mike.
Well, certainly, there has to be a toll on those that competed last night. Mike Z still feeling fresh.
Despite a roughly 18-hour turnaround since TRL last night.
Certainly, he's guiding Mark Raspa, crashing into the mat, dictating the pace of this match. Mike Z is looking impressive, I must admit.
This is barely even a competitive match. You guys even have to admit, how much better would it have been to see Wonder Boy Brian Morris versus Mike Z tonight? How much better would it have been to see Chris Desmond versus Mike Z tonight in a first-round matchup? Mark Raspa and his stupid friends that come every Friday cheated world-renowned out of another spot in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup, and I'm sick of it. I hope Mike ends this as soon as possible.
Well, to answer your question, I mean, both of those are certainly on paper fantastic matchups. Hard pressed to disagree there, as we have the Olympic slam from Michael Z.
Well, Mark Raspa has won the hearts. Oh, God. Mark Z has won the hearts and minds of the Monster Factory faithful that once belonged to Mike Z. Now, the guarantee, he is a very different man.
And there's the mic drop.
Let's count it together.
1, 2, and 3.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes, 36 seconds. The winner of this bout, advancing to the second round, the assistant, Michael Z.
You know, my views might not always be aligned with those of Mike Z and Classy Max Sterling, but I loved every second of what I just saw.
Mike Z certainly letting the Monster Factory faithful know what he thinks about them. A tough night for Mark Raspa Jr. Can't believe it.
And apparently neither can the crowd as they're expressing their displeasure with Michael Z. Say what you will about him, he's victorious. He's moving on here in the Cup tournament.
I believe we have a rubber match coming up momentarily.
We most certainly do, as a pair of individuals who have faced off against one another, one of them being the Supersonic champion, though this is a non-title match. We have Miranda Vanette and Nevaeh Madonna.
The following non-title contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit and is a first-round match in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing first, from Philly, she is the reigning Monster Factory Supersonic Champion, Miranda Vanette, BNB!
Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen. Is this the third match of this 3-match series, so to speak?
certainly is. Back at the 2300 Arena on June 30th of last year, Miranda Vanette put away Nevaeh Madonna in Nevaeh's debut match. But for this tournament last year, for a qualifying match, Nevaeh returned the favor. It is now 1-1.
For an opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Nevaeh Madonna!
Nevaeh Madonna returning from a neck injury, coming out in full force against a former competitor. Is she able to advance in this tournament, or is it the Supersonic Champions night?
Well, time will certainly tell.
Ring the bell!
And there is the bell.
What I want to know is, how did Miranda Vanette get out of defending her title? Seems like every other champion at the Monster Factory has their title on the line every single time we're in this building, and Miranda Vanette just gets a first-round matchup with her title not on the line? What the hell is this?
You're just bitter that she beat you for that
No,
championship.
I'm not.
Back it up! Back it up!
Get screwed out of that one, too.
Well, things getting chippy already here as we have a side headlock takeover now from Madonna.
Wrenching in on that head, using that MMA background. A purple belt as displayed, honored in her gear.
Purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
That's why she wears purple?
That's why she wears purple.
Oh my goodness.
And Vanette seeming to revert back to some of her old tactics, stretching back on the hair of Nevaeh Madonna, only effective for so long.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissors.
I took a few jiu-jitsu classes. I don't remember the shoulder tackle jumping head scissors class.
Well, that harkens back to their time at the 2300 Arena. Nevaeh, unable to get it there, was able to get it at the cup. Is that foreshadowing another victory for her tonight? Not if MV has anything to do with it.
Certainly bringing experience to the table here is almost a 2 count.
Look out, right in front of us. Oh! Big
What
European
an uppercut.
Yeah, that's right. I've had the unfortunate... Whoa! Had the unfortunate experience of taking both of those moves, the European uppercut followed by the basement clothesline. I am impressed that Nevaeh Madonna had the resiliency just to kick out of those 2 moves.
And you see some frustration on the face of MV Miranda Vanette. I'm sure she's wondering, is Nevaeh starting to catch up to her? Is that person she once faced at the 2300 now starting to catch up?
It's just like any other sport, Murphy. You talk about a 3-match or a 3-game series, it's hard to sweep the series. By the end of the series, both competitors or both teams are very familiar with one another. These 2 competitors are absolutely familiar with what one another brings to the table, and it's showing early on.
Leg drop and a 2 count, says the referee. And again, the increasing embitterment on the face of Miranda Vanette.
That's a good word for Ron.
$10 word if I ever heard one. That's a $100 slam.
Like a $2 slam because you got a 2 count, right? Right, Murphy?
Well, she's tougher than a $2 steak.
Oh, God.
Let me say that.
Damn.
Miranda Vanette, the Supersonic Champion. Can we see another title match in the future of Nevaeh Madonna if she's able to upset the champion right here?
Not before I get my rematch.
Not for nothing, Morris, but do you see why I leave TRL to you?
Ferran, I don't blame you.
As we see Nevaeh Madonna looking to build momentum here. And senton splash, running variety, and a beauty, and a 2.5. Left shoulder up for Miranda Vanette.
Credit to Nevaeh Madonna staying on the MV. Big double under her, possibly a submission hold.
Looking for that wing clipper she's been trying to perfect, not able to get it there. Miranda Vanette, picking up Blue Thunder Bomb.
Well, that could do it here, and it does.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 4 minutes, 26 seconds. The winner of this belt advancing to the next round, Miranda Vanette, the MV.
The Supersonic champion, able to win the series.
Very impressive performance from Miranda Vanette. Championship wasn't on the line, but a spot in the second round of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup was, and she came through once again. We've been pretty accustomed to seeing the MV defeating all competitors that she's been able to face in the ring. On a bit of a winning streak, I'd say.
Well, certainly a win for Daniel Alexander earlier tonight.
Actually in the back, we're going to be selling $5 VIP passes for after the event tonight. So make sure if you want to meet all of the combatants here today that's competing, make sure you buy a $5 VIP pass. But if you don't buy one, after the event's over, you have to exit the building. Again, $5 VIP pass for later tonight. Thank you.
Well, Alexander finding success earlier tonight in his return. Can Mike Reed find some success in his match as he returns to the factory?
The following contest is scheduled for fall with a 20-minute time limit for the first round match in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing first, from Blackwood, New Jersey, weighing 220 pounds, Prime Time, Christian Doolin!
Murphy, you and I have had an up-close look at the rise of Christian Darling on Friday nights. Former MFPW Arena champion. Unfortunately, was put himself in a pretty bad situation and lost that title. But tonight he has a chance to climb up the power rankings once again.
And he's going to do that, or attempt to do that, against someone who definitely has brought some experience to the table.
From the greatest year, 2005, weighing 200.5 pounds, he's alive like this 2005, a hot shot, Mike Reed!
Well, Mike Reed, something's been a little up with him in the time that I've known him, which goes back quite a ways here in the MFPW, and recently almost a bit, dare I say, anachronistic, which is a lot for me to say. He's been kind of stuck in 2005.
That's what that means?
Well, yeah, I was talking to him earlier, and he said that he was posting about the match on MySpace and couldn't wait to write about the results in his live journal.
Do you have any idea what happened for him? I mean, I get it. 2005 was quite a year, but
That's when I graduated from broadcasting school.
really?
Well, Christian Darling, a man on a mission. It's his first Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. He told me he wants to take that momentum from winning the arena championship, tried to parlay it into a heavyweight title reign. But he's got to go through the hot shot first.
Murphy, thanks for ruining the nostalgia party we were having over here. You're right, we should call this match.
What a suplex. Reed landing pretty much right on his tailbone.
Well, talking about where Reed's landing. I can tell you what happened. He was dropped on his noggin by Bobby Buffet the last time we saw him when he was the upgrade, Mike Reed. Now, it seems he's going back in time.
I've heard of Hot Tub Time Machine, but Hot Tub Pro Wrestling Ring?
Hot shot time machine.
There it is. You had it. It was right there.
Well, certainly taking it to the former arena champion. Big clothesline there.
saw Mike Reed compete just, what'd you say, Ferran? 18 or so hours ago. An impressive victory over the Italian tank, Murphy. He's trying to build off that, possibly get 2 wins in as many matches.
And what a win it would be today. Imagine if Mike Reed would be able to go all the way. Big Blue Thunderbomb worked for Vanette. Will it work for Reed? No, it won't.
Big night for Blue Thunderbomb so far, boys.
Big night for Blue Thunderbombs. Ferran, what were you doing in 2005? You said graduating from broadcast school.
Don't you listen, Murphy?
I clearly. Oh. And some underhanded tactics from the hot shot.
Oh, look at that, scraping the boot laces right across the face of Christian Darling. I haven't seen somebody employ that method since around 2005.
There is something to be said about some tried and true methods. Some things just withstand the test of time.
Well, Mike Reed trying to show that he himself is timeless. Folding Christian Darling. Work up there.
Christian Darling is not a light human being, and Mike Reed having no difficulty lifting him up for both that Blue Thunder Bomb, that big back suplex, and now just driving the fist right into the forehead of Darling. Another one of those tried and true methods.
Yeah, it's those holding on to the hair, say what you will about it, as a little bit of a utilization of that before the chin lock here by the hot shot.
I love it. It always gives me an advantage.
Now, Ferran, if you're Christian Darling, what do you have to do to get back into this match? Going up against an opponent with so much more experience than yourself.
Well, I think that's just it right there. Some sort of a surprise type method. That uppercut at least got a bit of him. But wait, there's the knee pad lowering. We've seen that running knee. That's what took out the Italian tank, but caught into a spine buster.
You know what, Murphy? If you asked me that question, a guy who's actually been in the ring, I would have said AA spine buster, and I would have been right.
You would have been right on the money. It seems Christian Darling is right on Mark Reed. Mike Reed. Massive clotheslines.
Splash into the corner. Ooh, big boot, and Sugar Hot Shots going down swinging.
And those German suplexes were what won him that battle royal, that got him that arena championship opportunity.
Not another. Oh, big back elbow.
Mike Reed trying to go for a kick of his own, getting caught.
Tried again for that running knee, and
That's
instead, release back German suplex, no bridge, all impact.
Oh. What Darling was going for there, and he's caught with that exposed knee.
The third time looks to be the charm, but
Got him in the hammerlock there for a second, trying to go for another German suplex sent into the ropes. Christian Darling in a bad place.
and there's the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 5 minutes, 31 seconds. The winner of this bout advancing to the second round, the Hot Shot, Mike Reed.
Variation of a ripcord lariat right there, setting it up from the hammerlock position. Mike Reed going for some of his signature moves a number of times in that match. It's worked for him so far throughout his career. It took 2, it took 3 tries, but he got the job done once again. An impressive 48 hours for Mike Reed.
We'll see if he can parlay that into taking the whole cup. Ferran, do you have an early pick here?
Oh man, I mean, there's so much talent that's here, and so much that we haven't even seen yet. I mean, this is 4 of the 6 opening round matches. gosh, there are so many X factors. I'm going to cop out and not make a pick.
This is like picking a winner of the NCAA tournament after the first round's been played. Are you guys kidding me? I was the only one who made a pick before this tournament started, and you guys are waiting till the first round's ending and then making your picks. This is ridiculous.
Your pick lost.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, is the first round match in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing first, to be accompanied by the assistant, Michael Z, from Dallas, Texas, weighing 225 pounds, Classy Max Sterling.
Last night on TRL, live, free every Friday night, we saw Max Sterling have a confrontation with his opponent, Getty Cahoon. You see Mike Z in his corner. Getty had Michelle in his.
His opponent, weighing 250 pounds, Getty Cahoon!
Well, unlike some of the other competitors in this tournament, Murphy, Max Sterling was not dumb enough to put himself in harm's way last night. Instead, however, the mind games were played between Getty Cahoon and Michelle, and that, the mind games could have just as big of an effect as, say, having a match just 18 hours ago.
Well, you hear the crowd chanting, "Welcome back." Certainly at least a little bit of history between these two. The last time that these two faced off, it actually was for the MFPW heavyweight title, and the victor of that match was Max Sterling.
He certainly let me know as much when I accidentally said last night that Getty beat him for the title. It was Max who accosted me backstage, but you're certainly right. Every time these two get in the ring, it's for the MFPW Heavyweight Championship, the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. These are big stakes, big men.
Just these clubbing clotheslines here from Getty Cahoon.
That is a scary-looking human being.
That is an understatement.
Look out. Oh! Did you see? I didn't see anything.
Mike Z letting his presence known, holding on to the foot of Getty Cahoon. And this exactly is what Getty was anticipating going up against the likes of...
Oh, wait, whoa,
Max
wait a
and
minute.
Mike.
No!
Tope suicida to the outside.
Oh, my God.
Mike Z is down and might be out after that.
Clubbing blow to Mike Z. The distraction enough.
Back body drop on the outside.
What the hell's going on out there?
Sterling taking control of the situation, utilizing that distraction, and now his old rival is right where he wants him to be.
That old rivalry playing a factor into how these two competitors have wrestled, and that's a loose term, wrestled this match so far. These guys aren't thinking about later tonight. They want to beat the hell out of each other right here, right now.
Yeah, Donnybrook is probably a more accurate term.
Is that another 2005 reference?
No, it's just another
1970s.
Oh, okay.
vocabulary word.
Okay.
It's that broadcasting school paying off.
Attempted pinfall attempt there by Max Sterling, dropping that knee, and as always, that is a large man coming down on you.
Got it, huh? You've gone for too long. You don't have it anymore. Oh.
Kick to the knee. And then Sterling delivering a knee of his own.
Well, Max Sterling said that Getty doesn't have anybody, but you have to imagine Michelle lurking nearby.
First class forearm from classy Max Sterling. And you see here Michael Z starting to stir, and there's that cross-arm neck breaker. He used that to garner a victory recently on TRL a couple of weeks ago against Ruby O'Connor, but not the same fate here.
Max Sterling employing all the hits early in this match. The 360 forearm in the corner. And how about another? No!
Getting able to evade, and now taking control back from Max Sterling. The former classy champion in trouble.
Hooks the leg, two, and left shoulder just barely up.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was it. A big lariat from Getty Cahoon. Max Sterling, a former MFPW champion, a former competitor in this tournament. That's not gonna do it just yet.
Now up on the shoulders, Mike
here
Z.
we go again.
Stopping it. These are the tactics that you guys use in World Renowned.
And they work. They work.
We got some text to speech.
Well, meanwhile, we have Getty.
Wait a minute.
What?
The air raid siren. That can mean only one thing.
Murphy, we saw this last night. Michelle and Getty Cahoon cornering Max and Mike. Wait a minute!
The Queen of the Undead. She is unstable. She is Michelle, and she's right behind Mike Z.
Emerging from the depths of hell under the ring. And now that looks like the face of someone not scared.
Oh,
Wait, meanwhile in the ring, Sterling to his feet momentarily.
thought he could use the distraction, but instead, getting up to Brett's rope, the most dangerous rope. Oof. Max Sterling trying to fend off his opponent.
Putting each leg outside the top rope, perhaps setting up for something. Getty won't let it happen.
But that just shows the willingness to endure pain on the part of Getty Cahoon, as if he didn't feel it before, he might feel it now. There's the class action and a victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 5 minutes, 38 seconds. The winner of this bout advancing to the next round, Classy Max Sterling.
Only 5 minutes and 38 seconds. I'm sure it felt like a lot longer than that for Mike Z and Max Sterling. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Michelle was trying to make her way into the ring to break up the pinfall. Mike Z, despite being scared almost out of his shoes, was able to knock Michelle in the face, almost drive her into the wall over there, and prevent the breakup. Getty Cahoon eliminated in the first round, but that's just what we have when we see a matchup like this in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. Two former heavyweight champions, only one can move on.
Well, speak of former heavyweight champions, we have a pair of them coming up next in Bobby Buffet and
Once
Goldie.
again, ladies and gentlemen, Apple TV has our docuseries Monster Factory. Again, Apple TV, Monster Factory. If you haven't seen it, please, I urge you, check it out.
Welcome back, Getty, but that didn't seem very unstable of you guys. It seemed very stable. You guys are going to let Max get away with that? You're going to let Mike Z get away with that kind of stuff? Come on, guys, you're better than that.
Well, they're going to be making their way out here. A couple of former heavyweight champions as well. Here's Goldie.
Schedule and fall with a 20-minute time limit is our final first round bout in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing first, representing the golden era, weighing 190 pounds, Goldie!
I mean, Goldie has so much to bring to the table here, but this is also personal. There's a little bit of beef here between Bobby Buffet and Goldie, pardon the pun.
Big accusations levied against Goldie last night on TRL. by this man, former Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup winner. The second year, can he make it the same in the fourth?
His opponent from Plainfield, New Jersey, weighing 315 pounds, the all-hungry Bobby Buffet!
Murphy, we saw it last night. We saw it to start off the show this afternoon. Bobby Buffet has a personal issue with Goldie. Whether we believe it or not, whether the accusations are true or not, you have to believe that Bobby Buffet did not prepare for this match like he would any other first-round match. This is a personal issue for him. And if you're asking me to make a prediction, I think that that's going to hurt Bobby Buffet in this match. I think Goldie is thinking about self-preservation. I think he's thinking about bigger things in this first-round match. He's thinking about that right there in front of us, the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. And I think his mindset, or his mind rather, is in a much better space than Bobby Buffet going into this match.
Well, we know that the battles that Bobby and Goldie have had over the course of 2022 for the heavyweight championship. We know that they were the two featured members of that Apple TV documentary. It has been Goldie, it has been Bobby, and it is now all coming to a head in this opening round match of the Larry Sharpe Cup.
Well, Morris, you bring a very good point to the mix here, is charging in and now a low bridge from Goldie.
Oh.
But you mentioned that Goldie has his eye on the cup as opposed to this personal vendetta here. That just feeds right into what Bobby Buffet is saying.
That's
He's saying that
exactly
you're
right.
looking past me and looking ahead to the cup. He's like, no, look at me, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Already taking this match to the outside for Ron, and God forbid Bobby lets his temper get the best of him, gets disqualified, gets counted out. He's out of the tournament, and Goldie moves on. Goldie has the advantage in this match. Make no mistake about it.
And think about what winning that cup meant to Bobby Buffet. Went on to be the longest reigning MFPW heavyweight champion of all time after that. Undefeated for over a year. That's what's on the line. Could Goldie recreate that success? It seems like he's doing so. Oh, spoke too soon.
Goldie with a little bit of a verbal jab saying it's in your head, Bobby, trying to rationalize in the middle of a match.
And look at the momentum that carried Bobby there, throwing his body to the mat too.
Getting as much momentum as possible to be able to force Goldie's spine into that corner, and now charging in, and Goldie out of the way just in the nick of time.
This match is off to a flying start, ladies and gentlemen. We are barely 2 minutes in. And this start to a match, guys, untraditional for these two competitors. You'd more so see some chain wrestling, some feeling out of their opponents. No, this is a brawl right from the start.
What you said was exactly right. Bobby was telling me earlier today, this is about a vendetta. This is about retribution. If he wins the cup, that's just a good byproduct. He wants to punish Goldie here.
Right now, feeling the punishment at the moment, especially on that left arm, is Bobby Buffet. Referee asking if he can continue, and it almost seems like a rhetorical question.
Now wrenching down on that arm. Twisting it back over. Total control over Bobby at this time, his body and his mind.
Goldie taking away the arms of Bobby Buffet, and that'll affect him later on in this match if he goes for one of his signature maneuvers, the tour of the buffet, the hunger pains. Need two healthy arms to execute both of those moves.
Up on the shoulders. Goldie in a predicament, but able to escape.
Ooh. Bobby Buffet, not a light human being, and Goldie whipping all of that weight down onto Bobby's isolated left shoulder. Respectfully. Not a light human being. I've been in the ring with him, guys.
Trying to save face there a little
Don't
bit.
tell him I said this, all right?
Well, you might have the longest reigning heavyweight champion coming for you after that remark, but you're certainly right. That was an ugly twist, a violent fall for Bobby Buffet.
Well, you make it sound like he doesn't own it. I mean, how many times have we mentioned, all those pounds of Happy Meals and sex appeal? So I think you're okay there, Morris.
He's in a bad mood, though, Ferran. I'm not exactly... I'm scared, okay? I don't want him to hear me say anything bad about him right now. If you two tell on me, I'm going to know who did it, okay? And then you're going to have a problem.
I understand your apprehension, and your secret's safe with me.
Well, Goldie, employing this arm lock here, really wearing down on Bobby's, his arm, his shoulder, elbow, but still powering through nonetheless.
A huge body slam, but even that taking its toll with the damage already done. And you can see trying to get some blood flow through to that elbow.
Did you hear the smack on that shot?
Right in front of us, Bobby Buffet hitting Goldie with that forearm and now chasing him outside the ring. This is not a smart move for the former heavyweight champion.
Now collecting Goldie, sending him crashing into the apron there, the hardest part of the ring after all.
Crowd can't make up their minds here. I don't blame him.
I mean, this is this is what happens when you're fueled by rage, and sometimes you tend to make less than smart decisions, but that is a painful decision for Goldie.
Uranagi onto the apron. Bobby Buffet just chose to jump down to the floor. And the force of both of those men, both of their body weights. Oh! Buffet charging, Goldie taking the ring post. Goldie was able to move out of the way.
And he hit left shoulder and left arm first, that same elbow that's been focused on by Goldie throughout this match.
That's exactly what I was talking about, guys. Bobby Buffet's rage, his mood today, his personal vendetta against Goldie, that's all that was. That cost him right there. That might cost him the match.
You have to wonder for Goldie, too, is going up against such an angry opponent. Going out to collect him, going to hurt his chances later on in this tournament.
That's a great point, Murphy. I do not agree with what both of these competitors are doing. I would have stayed in the ring. I would have told that ref to count faster. I would have counted myself if I had to.
Well, only a 2 count there for a pin. Given the history between these two, Goldie doesn't want to necessarily take the easy way out. He understands what a challenge there is to ascend to the heights of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. He doesn't want to do Larry wrong by taking the easy way, the cheap way out.
Ferran, you're absolutely right. That is just in Goldie's character, and I don't think a man of that character would do something such as attack Bobby Buffet in the locker room. I mean, Bobby's accusations are inflammatory to say the least.
The height. Goldie was basically in the ceiling for that back body drop. Full charge across the ring. Enziguri there. Bobby Buffet, and notice he went in with the right shoulder that time. He learned from his mistake on the post. Bobby Buffet starting to lay it all on the line.
Oh!
There's almost a 3.
Bobby Buffet using the strength back, dropping Goldie into the middle of the ring, as you said, going into the corner, hitting him with an enziguri, a big splash on top of all that. Not enough to put Goldie away.
The empty stomach not quite enough, and perhaps looking for those spear. No.
Oh.
Trying to
Oh,
go
my
for that
goodness.
discus.
Crucifix!
Caught up.
Got him! Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 8 minutes, 33 seconds. The winner of this bout advances to the next round. Goldie!
What a brilliant brilliant move on the part of Goldie, knowing that that shoulder and arm was hurt, and being able to utilize a move like the crucifix pin and just putting all of Bobby's own weight on the shoulders. Bobby couldn't kick out in time.
You saw Bobby reaching up his hands to the sky, almost to ask, how could Goldie beat me? This man who attacked me, this cup, which I had won before, how could this all happen on one occasion?
If you were to ask me before today, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Buffet would be one of the favorites, a former winner of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup, as you just said, Murphy.
The Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup tournament. And in this round, the winner that has the shortest time of all the matches will advance to the final round of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup tournament.
Wait a second, did Derek just say this next round is essentially a beat the clock challenge?
It certainly is. The one with the fastest time gets a bye into the finals, and the other two victors, well, they'll have to face off against one another.
With a 20-minute time limit is a second round match in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup tournament. Introducing first, the Monster Factory Supersonic Champion, Miranda Bennett, the MV.
Well, who's going to keep track of all these times? Murphy, I nominate you.
I'll mark it down. I'll tell you what, Miranda Bennett having an impressive match against Nevaeh Madonna. And you gotta wonder too, it also depends on who your competitor is. If you're up against somebody challenging, you might get the win, but do you get that bye?
Time certainly of the essence here. And it's an interesting wrinkle that's been added this year, because I did mention it's a battle of endurance, but in this case,
The next big deal, big energy, Daniel Alexander.
in this case, there's a reward in this round for trying to finish off your opponent as quickly as possible.
Daniel Alexander able to usurp, I hate to say it, Brian, Nick Petit earlier tonight. And you got two classics here at the Monster Factory doing battle now.
Two relatively quick matches to start off the day. Miranda Bennett able to, Bennett able to defeat Nevaeh Madonna in a pretty short amount of time. Daniel Alexander able to do the same thing to my partner, Nick Petit. But I don't know if you guys noticed this. After that first match, Daniel Alexander was favoring one of his knees. I'm not sure what he may have injured it on. I hope that doesn't come into effect later tonight, later this match.
Sling blade here, and of course, that he doesn't care if she's a girl. He needs those legs to be helpful for moves like that. That high-flying style is going to suffer at the hands of that hurt knee.
Well, Bennett had that well scouted. My best guess is it probably was off of that 267, that 450 splash that we saw to garner the victory in the first round. Well, we already mentioned who it was against, so I don't need to belabor it.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have to belabor it.
Oh, Bennett utilizing that leg drop, certainly won a lot of titles in that move's history. Going for the hat trick.
And gets a 2 count for it. Better hat trick than anything the Flyers have done recently. Crowd chanting, "What it do?"
The Monster Factory faithful certainly remembering Daniel Alexander, everything that he has done during his time here. The Middleweight Medallion Championship, the Tag Team Championships.
Gotta keep an eye on that clock, guys. Already 1 minute and 45 seconds have passed. Miranda Bennett, though, locking in what was a seated full Nelson on Daniel Alexander, going for the win right away. And this could do it right here. Big power slam. Hesitating to go to the cover.
She knows she needs to put a little bit more hurt on Daniel Alexander. Didn't want to waste time on a pin initially. Not able to get it there.
Well, that's just how MV has been pretty much for her entire career here at the MFPW. She's done things her way. She's gone about things pretty much looking for whoever she wants. Yeah, she calls the shots, basically.
Ooh. Shot to the midsection, now to the face. An apology before a shot to the neck. And Daniel Alexander almost can't believe it. Maybe another standing moonsault. Gets it this time.
But only a 2 count.
Beat the clock challenge for this second round. These two competitors are at a severe disadvantage. I'd prefer to be, at least after the first match, to kind of structure my strategy around a time that I need to beat. These two are in charge of setting the time that is needed to be beat.
I'm sure in a way freeing, but also a disadvantage when somebody knows what they're aiming for.
Exactly.
Well, this was successful for Daniel Alexander earlier tonight, but did he tweak the knee too much last time?
There it is, Murphy, on cue, favoring that knee as he lands.
Had the wherewithal to land on his feet, but how much damage was done? Wait a minute.
Oh!
Side Russian leg sweep.
Covered
Hooks
by
the leg.
Well,
Right shoulder up, but
And look
set
at this,
right
smart.
up here into the STF.
I'm sure that has to be excruciating. Those legs locked up, that knee stretched to max capacity.
Miranda Vanette, one of the smartest competitors in the history of the MFPW. I mean, that's obviously how she was able to beat me for the Supersonic title. She's trying to do so with Daniel Alexander, noticing he's favoring that knee perhaps from the first match, definitely after she moves out of the way of the 450 splash and a modified STF, hoping to end this one under 5 minutes, perhaps?
Well, the clock continues to tick, and the longer this match goes, the more likely that they're guaranteeing themselves, whoever wins this, another match before getting to the finals.
Daniel Alexander able to make it to the ropes there, sending off Miranda Vanette, but now getting a
Outside
roll
break
up.
Out.
And a 3 count.
Standing on stage, got the whole place rocking. Ladies and gentlemen, the official time is 4 minutes, 58 seconds. The winner of this bout, advancing to the next round, Daniel Alexander.
Miranda Vanette cannot believe it, but has too much damage been inflicted on the knee of Daniel Alexander. It is undeniable at this point. Morris, look at how he's walking.
Not a good sign if you're a Daniel Alexander fan. If you're a competitor of his moving on in this tournament or trying to, it's a great sign. I hate to be that guy, but you look at every advantage or disadvantage that your competitor might have, that knee is going to be a target throughout the rest of the afternoon for sure.
You guys having a great time? Make some noise. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we're selling $5 VIP passes for after tonight's event. Again, go to the back, you can buy your pass, but again, if you do not have a VIP pass, you must leave the building after the event is over. Again, $5 VIP passes on sale now. Thank you.
Well, certainly a long list of winners of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament, 3 in the past. Ferran, I'm sure you can tell us of the success that those winners have had.
Put me on the spot a little. Well, let's go to the ring first.
Scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit is a second round match in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing first, Lassie Max Sterling.
I mean, you've got to go back to 2020, which was a rather wild year to say the least, but Shaheem Ali, the inaugural winner of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup, I mean, you've seen him all over in a bunch of different places, including Ring of Honor. And of course, Bobby Buffet, I mean, You've mentioned his accolades in the past.
And last year, Sean Venor going on to win the middleweight medallion. I'm sure both of these men would love to add their names to that list.
The difference between these two competitors, Ferran and Murphy, is that Mike Reed won his first round match convincingly. Max Sterling survived his first round match, and barely. Getty Cahoon gave him all that he could handle. He gave all him and Mike Z could handle. Max, frankly, is lucky to be in this second round match. And you can tell him I said that too.
It seems that Reed is trying to direct traffic here.
Two competitors seem to be
Looking
aligned
for a
mentally.
handshake and try to use a little leverage there as well.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget about the beat the clock element to this second round. These two going to shake hands and trying to win right away, just as I would if I was in this tournament.
Well, the time, 4 minutes, 58 seconds, just under 5 minutes. If you're hitting that 5:00, you might as well kiss that goodbye. Not able to get the pinfall there, trying to go for the very quick victories. You can see that on display.
Another pinning attempt, backslide perhaps. Not gonna do it.
Beautiful butterfly suplex, is it enough?
Not quite.
See the difference in psychology for these last two matches of the second round. I'd say 4 or 5 pinning attempts right from the outset in this one.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. Now that the time's been established, they know what they have to beat.
Not even 90 seconds have passed, and we've almost had a victor already.
The hot shot. Trying to claim his spot cover now on Max Sterling, not enough. Once again, and the rate of pinfall attempts, it's astronomical here, not even 2 minutes in.
And Reed just trying to take advantage of all that damage done to Max Sterling by Getty Cahoon and hoping to sneak out of here with one, but that just speaks to the resilience of classy Max Sterling.
Max Sterling not only thinking about the time right now, but also thinking that his partner, his assistant rather, Mike Z, also moved on in the first round of the tournament. These two could be, might as well be the favorites. Look out, 2 count. These two might as well be the favorites. The Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup could be coming home with one of these two.
Oh, really rolling up the legs there, not quite able to get the sunset flip. And we see the knee now coming out for the hot shot. Big Samoan drop.
Wait, roll it the other way. And
Got
he
him!
got him.
2:43.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. The winner of this bout and in first place to advance to the final round, Classy Max Sterling.
An impressive outing for classy Max Sterling. After the absolute war that took place in round 1 with Getty Cahoon, he defeats hotshot Mike Reed, who's won 2 matches in as many days in under 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That's going to be a tough one to beat.
Great job, Max. Great job.
2 minutes and 44 seconds. That's all you have to last. Do that, I'm in the finals. I need you for this, Michael. Do not let me down.
You got it.
2 minutes and 44 seconds.
2:44.
Longer than that. Just survive. Just survive.
Well, I told you guys at the start of the day, Max or Mike were my picks to win this tournament. I mean, I said it from day one, and they are in a great position right now.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit, is a second round match in the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing first,
Goldie recently having a tryout with WWE. That's the type of training you get here at the world famous Monster Factory. Gets you into the big leagues, like the Fed.
just say the Fed?
I didn't say anything.
I'm glad you asked, Boris, because I was debating whether or not to.
His opponent to be accompanied by Classy Max Sterling, the assistant, Michael C.
Big opportunity here for the assistant. If both of these competitors, Max Sterling and Mike Z, can move on to the third round, imagine the advantage that these two would have.
I must inform you that 2 minutes and 44 seconds is the time to beat to advance to the final round.
Classy Max Sterling out here looking extremely confident.
Mike Z looking a little woozy. Goldie still looking pretty spry after his battle with Bobby Buffet. Max Sterling saying just survive.
Oh, interesting. I think Max Sterling may have ordered Mike Z to take as much time possible and ensure a second round bye, or a third round bye rather, for Max Sterling.
Goldie in a 2-on-1 situation. Certainly familiar to his time back in November when he was defending his heavyweight title against Max Sterling, having to fight it back against the assistant Mike Z. A familiar situation.
This is a brilliant strategy from Mike Z, and oh my God.
Oh, there's the siren.
Oh, unstable, wants retribution.
There's Getty Cahoon and Michelle.
You see Goldie almost asking them to...
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, Mike Z's gonna get counted out if he's not careful.
This should be illegal. They should throw this match out. They should restart this match at a later date.
We're
These
only
two
a
are
minute 30
interfering
in.
into this match. Wait a second. Not like this. What the hell?
Goldie.
Ladies and gentlemen, advancing to the final round, facing the winner of the Daniel Alexander Max Sterling match, Goldie!
Not only getting the bye, but almost getting a bye in this match as well.
Oh, he's rubbing it in my face right now.
Well, we now know that it is Max Sterling versus Daniel Alexander in that semifinal match.
You're telling me Goldie just won via countout and he has an automatic bye to the finals? The winner of Daniel Alexander and who? And Max Sterling faces Goldie?
Hey, he might be my pick to win. I'm going against my heart there with Daniel Alexander. But last night on TRL, we saw the god of Dad Bod and Marvelous take it to the Ollie Rock Express.
Yeah, we did.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the MFPW Tag Team Championship with a 1 hour time limit. Introducing the challenger at a total combined weight of 498 pounds. From the City of Shadows, the God of Death Bod and Marvelous!
Almost 18 hours ago, Christian Rocco made the stupid decision to put himself in harm's way. He accepted a singles match on TRL, and Marvelous and the God of Dadbod took advantage. They attacked the Ollie Rock Express. These guys, the reigning tag team champions, can't be at 100%.
Their opponents at a total combined weight of 385 pounds, they are the reigning, defending Monster Factory Tag Team Champions, Ollie B from the WG, Oliver, and Wild Tail Christian Rocco, the Ollie Rock Express.
You can see the effects of the attack right there. That's a big target right on the ribs of Christian Rocco.
And you can see they're not messing around. There's no dancing. There's just all business here.
And it was that moment, the Ollie Rock Express eliminating the God of Dad Bod, which set off their journey. They were in a battle royal for a #1 contendership for the tag team titles. They eliminated the God of Dad Bod. Dad Bod said he wanted to be there for their destruction as well.
What the hell is Christian Rocco doing? He's got hurt ribs. He's diving from the ring. This is about retaining the titles. And he's doing himself no favors.
Passion does strange things, that is for sure.
For that Bulldog, nope.
Trying to go for the
Looking
alley-oop.
for the alley-oop, but no.
Marvelous tenderizing the ribs of Oliver as the God of Dad Bod slams Christian Rocco.
Don't want to speculate on injuries, but those ribs have to be injured, maybe broken, not only from the attack last night, but from that body slam right there. How about a punt right to the stomach?
Well, we know that the ribs, the knee of Christian Rocco had been affected by that attack that Marvelous and the God of Dad Bod did on Christian Rocco after his match, taking out Oliver as well. Look at these chops from Marvelous.
The ribs, the knee, he almost got his skull caved in by that vice grip from the God of Dad Bod. Christian Rocco is in deep trouble.
300 plus pounds of force from the boot of the God of Dad Bod right onto those injured ribs.
Look how dominant the God of Dad Bod and Marvelous are against the tag team champions. My tag team champions and yours.
Oh, God.
But nonetheless, man, I hate to see it for my pals, but they're in deep trouble here.
Go help them, why don't you?
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yuck. Rocco again taking a high-risk chance.
And God of Dad Bod just nonchalantly walking out of the way and avoiding the drop kick.
What school did Christian Rocco go to? What kind of logic is he using right here? He puts himself in harm's way last night. He's paying for it right now, and he goes for a missile drop kick with broken ribs? What are we doing out here, Murphy? What are you teaching these guys?
Hey, don't you speak down on the education from St. Joseph's University. But nonetheless, it seems that Marvelous went to the School of Hard Knocks, striking, coming from the former light of all there is.
Rocco not looking for a tag. He might have had an opportunity. Oh, here we go.
Much needed tag there from the champions as
You're an idiot,
Oliver
Christian.
back in.
Idiot! You're an idiot!
Leave him alone.
Wow.
Leave him alone, Morris.
Yeah, Morris interjecting himself verbally here towards Christian Rocco, and Rocco returning in kind. A ring of fire from Oliver. Barely back up to his feet. Rocco being tagged in here.
We saw the God of Dad Bod unable to be leveled from that ring of fire, but sent to the outside. Marvelous now in peril, trying to get the alley-oop.
Here we go.
Twisted up there.
There's the alley-oop.
They have defended their titles several times with that move, but the God of Dad Bod equalizing.
How about the quickness of the God of Dad Bod? 300 plus pounds, got from right in front of us to the center of the ring to break up that pin.
What a splash.
Oh, there it is! That vice grip from the God of Dad Bod. Almost put Christian Rocco out for good just 18 hours ago, and he's doing it to Oliver right now.
I think Oliver's out. Christian Rocco in a bad position. Nobody in his corner. Only himself against both of these villains.
Well, that kind of speaks for itself there as a right hand from Christian Rocco, and now just splashed into the corner.
Oof. Double knees, look out, big power slam coming.
crashing down on the mat.
The
Marvelous.
challengers looking to challenge that statement of the Hawk will never die, and oh! Galaxy Breaker!
To the injured ribs.
That has to do it here. And
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 4 minutes, 33 seconds. The winners of this bout and new Monster Factory Tag Team Champions, the God of Deadbud and Marvelous.
Murphy, think about how far this duo has come. Put together almost on a whim through some mysterious circumstances, and they have climbed the tag team ranks. They got to be #1 contenders. They concocted a plan, a brilliant one, to take advantage of Christian Rocco and Ali last night, and it all pays off.
Hey, calm down. Calm down.
Brilliant plan devised by these two, and it pays off. The new tag team champions here in the MFPW.
Well, one word comes to mind. Dominant. Last year, Marvelous couldn't find a win.
Oh, what the hell's this Joker doing out here?
Mark Raspa Jr., Christian Darling, Cameron Pierce, the Kingpiece, all
Go
coming
help
to the
him, Murphy.
aid.
Go ahead.
Let's go, Christian. Let's go, Christian.
Christian Rocco being helped to his feet.
What all those guys have in common helping Christian Rocco out right now? They're losers. They're losers. Christian Rocco made a dumb decision last night. He accepted a singles match. He put himself in harm's way. He put his tag team title defense in jeopardy, and he pays for it.
I've seen the Ollie Rock Express overcome the odds so often. I thought
We're going to do some quick ring maintenance. It's just a few moments. We'll be right back with more Monster Factory Pro Wrestling in just a few short seconds as they tighten up the ropes here.
well, how about that? That match was so intense. They have to reinforce the ring now.
well, with somebody like the God of Dad Bod, I mean, not surprising at all.
There's somebody here that has a birthday today. Where's Amira? Where are you? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Amira.
Faron, Murphy, what a night it has been, or what an afternoon, I should say. It's been so far. The first round of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament complete. The second round complete. All we have left is a semi-final match, and then, of course, the finals to determine the winner of the 4th annual Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. But believe it or not, that's not all. We also have a main event to get ready for.
We most certainly do. The heavyweight championship of the MFPW on the line. Wet Brett Waters. Will the wet hot summer continue into the autumn here, or will Xander Alexander have something to say about it and be a double champion as arena champion and heavyweight champion?
Well, Wet Brett said as much. He said he knows that Wet Brett summer has to come to an end. He wants to extend it into the next season. Xander Alexander wants to X him off the list.
Let me just say, very impressive by the ring crew to get that all done in that short amount of time. They train them well here at the MFPW.
Well, we haven't even mentioned, I mean, there's a huge grudge match coming up as well.
What?
Between Dylan Mesh and Twitch that's been brewing for months now, since Dylan Mesh attacking Twitch from behind.
Big things still to come here at Back to School Beatings. But next, the continuation of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. And we've heard this song way too many times tonight.
I love it. I love this song.
Scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit is the final semi-final match where the winner advances to the finals of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing Classy Max Sterling.
This was my pick to win it all along, gentlemen. Classy Max Sterling. I knew it from the second the competitors were announced. He's done everything right. He's been smart. He's survived. He's almost beat the clock. Didn't quite get that done, but he came out relatively unscathed. This is my pick, and as far as I'm concerned, he's the favorite at this point.
You have changed your pick so many times.
What the hell are you talking about?
It changes like the season from wet bread summer to wet bread autumn.
God.
And here is Daniel Alexander. We have to see what condition the knee is in.
His opponent, the next big deal, the energy, Daniel Alexander.
Look at Max Sterling. Look at his demeanor. Look where he's looking.
You see him, he's holding himself back. Oh, Daniel Alexander getting the first punch though. Massive chops there. What a homecoming it has been for Daniel Alexander thus far. Can the Cinderella story continue, or is that knee going to cut it short?
Well, you see a couple of attempted kicks ducked and missed by Daniel Alexander onto Max Sterling, and immediately, just like a shark to blood in the water, is just going right after that knee.
Max Sterling's mind is clear right now. Of course he has Michelle and Getty to think about in the back of his mind perhaps, but he doesn't have to think about the clock. He doesn't have to think about hurrying this match up. All he has to think about is targeting the already injured knee of Daniel Alexander, and that could prove to be the difference.
And think about it too. Max is a competitor that can utilize that strength to really toss a light competitor like Daniel Alexander around. I don't know if you saw how high he was able to lift up Daniel Alexander's foot to smash it back down into the mat.
And then just adding torque, twisting the knee over that middle rope. I mean, stretching ligaments and tendons. I mean, that can do severe damage.
Kick to the gut, a chop after that. Alexander early on trying to get some strikes into Max Sterling, but the damage has been done earlier today.
Relentlessly stomping down on the energy. Daniel Alexander dragged to the middle of the ring by Max Sterling, now dropping that elbow down. The unbearable pain that 1-800-Bangers must be in.
Look at the angle, look at the angle. Look, we have the angle right now, the camera shot of the knee being twisted, the ankle being contorted around Max Sterling's leg.
Forget 1-800-Bangers. He might have to dial 911 after this.
You know, I was going to make that joke, but, I thought you'd have it for him.
I can tell you firsthand, tearing a ligament in your knee, torn the ACL in the past, it affects every moment of your life. That has to be in the back of Daniel Alexander's mind. It doesn't stop in the ring. You carry that to your day job. You carry that everywhere you go.
Ooh.
Effective clothesline here, and 2.5 count there.
Big lariat from Sterling. That's exactly right. We'd normally be talking about the difference in styles in this match. Perhaps any advantage that Daniel Alexander can come up with would start and end with his quickness. And Max Sterling has all but taken that out of the equation. Half crab in the middle of the ring.
You can see the focus on the face of Max Sterling, sneering.
Well, it's almost a little disdain for the agreeing comment that Daniel Alexander had based on one of the Monster Factory faithful here, taking some shots at the proboscis of one Classy Max Sterling.
Now pushing off his opponent, Daniel Alexander, trying to create distance, but cannot find it, can't even continue an Irish whip, control his own momentum.
Sterling trying to whip him off, and Alexander almost dead weight.
He's about to command all of that weight there. Suplex and a beauty.
Nearly a brain buster there, Murphy.
Danny Alexander keeping in this, willing on the Monster Factory faithful. They are forever behind the energy.
But at this point, how much energy is left with the damage done to that knee?
Just when Alexander gets a few strikes, any momentum, Sterling shuts it down once again. Oh, look out.
I was looking for that class action, that power slam.
Back up again, but reverse into a DDT. Is this Alexander's moment?
It is. It must have knocked him out for the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 4 minutes, 50 seconds. The winner and advancing to the final rounds of base building, Daniel Alexander.
Sterling going for that power slam, as you said, Ferran. Alexander able to slip out of it, shocked.
Will feature Goldie and Daniel Alexander.
Shocked his injured knee didn't come into play. It appears that Alexander almost put himself in that position again because he knew he had the counter to it. It ended up being that DDT, and it was enough to put Sterling away. But ladies and gentlemen, you have to think about how affected has that knee been throughout the night? How damaged has that knee been throughout the night? It's difficult for Daniel Alexander to even make it back to the locker room.
Well, coming up next, I briefly touched upon it a moment ago, but
If you guys are having a great time, make some noise.
every time
The
Derek T.
following
Lewis.
contest is a grudge match.
With an individual who has been featured on Apple TV, and his opponent Dylan Mesh has tried to feature the darker side of Twitch.
You can learn the story of Twitch on Apple TV. 3 hours of content there from the world famous Monster Factory, but you're certainly right. He's trying to expose Twitch.
Introducing first, from Razorback Hollow, Pennsylvania, weighing 192 pounds, the outstanding Dylan Mesh.
Dylan Mesh, the upstanding Dylan Mesh, saying that he is the hero of the professional wrestling scene. He is the hero, not Twitch.
I mean, it sounds like a great story if you rewrite history.
His opponent, from Levittown, Pennsylvania, weighing 193 pounds, Lucas Twitch Decembro.
Ferran, I'm going to defer to you in this situation. I have had my battles with Twitch, a few of them in that ring, and yet I have never seen him like this. His demeanor, the way that he's acting, not only at shows, but in training as well. Have you ever seen him like this?
This is a different Twitch than I have seen, and this is somebody who I've known for the better part of a decade. Since he was a fresh-faced radio intern, 15 years of age. That boy is long gone. This is a man here, 25 years of age, and 25 years of rage.
Do what you want to do. Come on.
Dylan Mesh offering his back.
Come on. Be the monster in the freak that you are. Come on. Do it.
This is what Dylan Mesh is trying to do. He's trying to put Twitch on tilt, trying to make him snap, trying to make him not do the right thing.
after all that Mesh has put him through, driving his head into a steel chair, continuously taunting him with videos, almost causing him to attack Jake Manley.
Looking for the
Cover here.
mouthful of shame and almost snuck away with a victory with feet on the ropes.
And Dylan Mesh trying to say he's upstanding. You saw him put his feet on his ropes. Oof.
Big lariat from Twitch right there. Dylan Mesh, this is his MO, to force Twitch to question himself, to question who he is, to question his morals. And if you can separate Twitch from his morals, you've won the mental battle. I think Mesh has succeeded in doing so.
Wait a minute.
Look out.
Mesh, it sounded like, was trying to go for a steel chair under the ring.
Of course, the history there. Twitch put on the sideline for a time by Dylan Mesh by DDTing Twitch onto that chair. Mesh able to save himself there. Twitch kicking the post on an attempted mouthful of shame once again.
I'm gonna kick his butt.
He's gonna kick his butt.
Oh! It seems that Twitch received a middle rope to somewhere he doesn't want it.
Oh, look out. Oh!
A slingshot leg drop to the back of the head.
That's the word I was looking for, slingshot. I was gonna say springboard, that wouldn't be correct. Slingshot leg drop, the back of the neck, almost guillotining Twitch on that middle rope.
Now, scraping his forearm across the face of Twitch. Dylan Mesh, what a ruthless individual.
It takes a psycho to wrestle in a button-up shirt and jeans, and I'm sure grinding that forearm in sort of a cross-face motion across Twitch's head doesn't feel any better with those buttons of that shirt.
And not to mention those rather shiny dress shoes, as there's a 2 count there from the upstanding, and I say that as tongue-in-cheek as possible, Dylan Mesh.
He reminds me of John Kramer from Saw. Somebody who thinks they have all the morals but resorts to disgusting tactics to push their philosophy. He thinks that he can twist Twitch into a vision of his own.
I'll take your word for it because I can't say that I saw Saw.
Are you going to see Saw X?
Seesaw?
No, I can't say that I've seen any of the Saws.
Focus on the match, guys.
They're
To
kicked out
keep
by
you all in
Twitch.
line over here.
You hear the crowd solidly behind Lucas Twitch DeSangro, and again, just continuing to control the narrative. That is what Dylan Mesh is looking to do here, trying to make Twitch bend emotionally to his will.
Do you think the Monster Factory faithful being behind Twitch is going to help him keep that moral center of gravity?
To some degree, but every individual has their breaking point. And Dylan Mesh has put Twitch, if not at it, damn near close.
Speaking of breaking points, some backbreakers leading into a pinfall attempt there, unsuccessful at this time. And Dylan Mesh almost looks bewildered.
An incredulous look on the face of Dylan Mesh, almost thinking, perhaps this would be easier. And that's his big mistake, underestimating somebody like Lucas Twitch DeSangro.
Ferran, I don't know about that. I think Dylan Mesh is trying to find a way to punish Lucas Twitch DeSangro. If I were these competitors, and I'm not in anywhere close to this mental state, I wouldn't be satisfied with just a pinfall. I'd want to punish my opponent for everything that they've done to each other. I don't think either of them are going to be satisfied by winning this match. I think they're going to try to beat each other up throughout the rest of this contest and really send a message to the other one.
And Mesh currently trying to send a message to Twitch as well, but it doesn't appear to have been received.
Twitch, coming back with a strong clothesline, sending Mesh down to the mat. Now back in that corner. We know what Twitch likes to do here. Big forearm there. Not able to get the full extension, but now.
Dragon's breath. Hooks the leg, 2, and right shoulder up from Dylan Mesh.
Well, we've seen Twitch put many opponents away with Dragon's Breath. Not able to do so with Mesh. Jawbreaker there. Reversing the whip up and over, and what a roll by Mesh. Still spry.
Oh!
Caught with half of a mouthful of shame. Is it going to be enough? Some hesitation by Twitch, and not quite.
These competitors know each other so well. Mesh going to the opposite corner to get momentum to have another move. Oh! And Twitch countering with that Haluva-style kick.
And then telegraphing the sensory overload, but Mesh able to get out of the way.
Cutter attempt from Twitch. Oh, and a DDT from his knees by Mesh. He held onto the ropes to avoid getting hit with that move and capitalizes, but can't get the 3 count.
Twitch pulling out most of his arsenal, can't seem to get the upper hand on Dylan Mesh here. Tried for sensory overload, couldn't get it. Tried for the nervous breakdown, couldn't get it.
Screw that beer.
Now collecting Twitch.
You are the freak. All right.
Saying that he is a freak.
Oh, biting him.
What's wrong with him? A good question from the referee. How much time do we have? That might have just awoken something in Twitch. That might have just made him snap. Oh, look out.
Low bridge to the outside, and Twitch lands with a thud.
Dylan Mesh has impressed me in this match with how prepared he has been for Twitch's attempted offense. Big boot from the apron, and Mesh has... Is that his tie? Does he have a tie in his hand?
That's his necktie, yeah.
Wait a
minute.
What the hell's going on? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, the referee trying to intervene.
Doing his job, that's right.
And curb stomp on the chair?
I can't see from out here. I think you might be right, Farana. I did hear that chair may have been exposed earlier. Twitch may have been in a compromising position, and Mesh may have capitalized with a stomp to Twitch's head.
Now lifting up the carcass of Twitch DeSangro into the center of the ring. Cover.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 8 minutes, 59 seconds. The winner of this bout, the outstanding Dylan Mesh.
Farhan, you may have been exactly right. Dylan Mesh taking his necktie, maybe distracting the ref on
The
purpose.
next match is the final round of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament.
Distracting the referee perhaps on purpose, and the chair that was exposed at the beginning of the contest comes into play.
The Mesh
Wait a
isn't
second.
finished.
That's what I was saying earlier to you guys. Mesh is not satisfied with just a victory. He wants to send Twitch a message, and perhaps all of his fans in attendance too.
Oh, Twitch now locking in on Mesh. Channeling a little bit more Twitch, a little less of Lucas DeSangro. Twitch has lost it.
My God, he snapped.
An ugly side of Twitch on display.
Oh, no, wait a minute. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
This is what Mesh wanted.
Faran, who is this guy?
I don't even know anymore. One thing I do know is once again, the chair has come into play and it has put the advantage to Dylan Mesh.
Well, as heartbreaking as that is, for Lucas Twitch DeSangro, we do have a final match to get to. We do have a main event of Brett Waters defending his title against Xander Alexander. A lot still to come tonight.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself, Murphy. We still have the finals of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup tournament, and that's happening right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the final round to crown the winner of the 2023 Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament.
Don't forget, too, if you win the cup, you are the new #1 contender for that heavyweight championship.
Introducing first, the next big deal, the Energy, Daniel Alexander.
Will this be the biggest deal of the MFPW career of Daniel Alexander?
Notice he's not dancing.
A steep hill to climb for Daniel Alexander. That knee is beyond damaged. We're not going to speculate on what perhaps has been injured in that leg. You can see him favoring it just walking to the ring. And his opponent, the Golden One himself, is at a distinct advantage.
His opponent, Goldie.
Not only did Goldie get that bye, he was able to get a count-out victory in the second round. He basically has wrestled a match and a half against the 3 matches that Daniel Alexander had to compete in.
That's what it's all about.
Look at where these two men are in their career. Daniel Alexander making his return to the Monster Factory. Goldie having tryouts with WWE, really looking to the future. It all culminates here.
And Goldie immediately going for that knee. Ushi!
Oh my God!
Wow! Goldie has won the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 19 seconds, and the 2023 Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup winner, Goldie!
You can talk about the talent. You can talk about the skill set.
#1 contender, Goldie!
You can talk about the talent, you can talk about the skill set, you can talk about the physique, but how about the brains? How about the intelligence to take advantage of the situation, attack Daniel Alexander's knee, and win the match, not even in 30 seconds.
And now you see here celebration from the Golden Era. Goldie coming out with the cup after the day is over. Will Brett Waters remain champion? Will he hold on to his gold for the Golden Era?
We saw Daniel Alexander walking past our announce table, a heartbreaking end to his evening.
It is your last opportunity to get the $5 VIP meet and greet, because again, if you do not buy one, you have to leave the building once the event is over. And it is now time for your main event!
contender, the MFPW Arena Champion, the winner of the 2022 Turkey Slam Rumble. What a tear this man has been on over the past year, and it may all culminate here. Can he become a double champion? Can he win the MFPW heavyweight title? Can he X Wet Brett Waters off the list?
Time will certainly tell with that. As there is the heavyweight champion.
As Wet Brett Summer comes to a close, he stands up against one of his toughest opponents yet. Somebody that he has told me strikes fear into his heart. But we know that courage is being scared of something and doing it anyways.
Scheduled for one fall. It is for the Monster Factory Championship with a 1 hour time limit. Introducing the challenger from Plainfield, New Jersey, weighing 260 pounds. He is the current Monster Factory Arena Champion, Xander Alexander. His opponent, representing the Golden Era, weighing 200 pounds. He is the reigning, defending Monster Factory Champion, Wet Brett Waters.
Both men psyched up, trying to almost psych each other out as they stared at one another, almost a bit of a tussle between them.
Ring the bell.
Ooh. And the bell sounds and Wet Brett Waters immediately charging in. Just peppering with lefts and rights.
Big right forearms from Waters early on, another big one in the corner, trying to take every advantage that he can. Oh.
And man, Xander Alexander moves like a steam train, a Mack truck, and lifts like a wrecking ball.
Quickness advantage for Waters coming into play early on, and perhaps the striking advantage as well. This is a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Oof.
Well, if you're just joining us, Goldie was able to topple a very injured Daniel Alexander to win the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup and become #1 contender. His buddy now in the main event against Xander Alexander here, defending his heavyweight title.
It would be a dream afternoon for the Golden Era if at the end of the night the champion is still Wet Brett Waters and the #1 contender is Goldie. A singles match that a whole bunch of Monster Factory fans have been waiting a long time to see. But Brett has a lot to do for himself before any of that can happen.
Oh, and here comes Goldie right now, trying to support his partner. Oh, Bobby Buffet.
Wait a second.
Yo. Guys, stop right now. I love you both. Figure your problem out right now. That way. Go. You're banned. Get out. Referee, get him out of here. We're not having this match end this way. Let's go. Banned from ringside, Bobby. Goldie, goodbye.
Danny Cage.
Don't start the match until they're out of here. Through the door, out of here, guys.
Owner of the Monster Factory, Danny Cage, asserting his authority and eliminating any distractions from ringside.
Big black hole slam. almost got the champion off guard, but only a 2 count there.
Brett Waters' mind has to be in a blender right now. His friend, the #1 contender, he came out here to perhaps assist him, check on him, and now Goldie is barred from ringside. It's all up to Brett Waters on his own to defeat perhaps the hottest competitor in the Monster Factory, a guy who's on a roll, and the MFPW Arena champion, Xander Alexander.
He has certainly established the winning streak as of late. Although these two did face off in a gauntlet match that Brett was a part of, and Waters was the victor at that point, but this is one-on-one. This is no additional factors on the outside.
Don't forget, too, that Brett Waters was involved in the match against Max Sterling when, looking for Xander's end. But Xander utilized his Turkey Slam Rumble shot to enter into a triple threat against Brett Waters and Max Sterling. He has not been able to beat Brett, but Brett has admitted it has only been by the hair of by the skin of his teeth that he has been able to beat Xander Alexander.
It's the second case of this tonight, or this afternoon rather. Competitors facing off in a big match situation who have history with one another.
Huge sit-out powerbomb, 2, and just got the shoulder up.
Brett Waters was motionless until the referee's hand came down for that, what would have been a 3 count. He says he's all right. I don't believe him. Waters is in trouble.
Xander Alexander collecting the champion.
Talking smack and laying a little bit more damage in.
Brian, I know that you had a lot of experience against Xander Alexander, facing him in the 2300 arena. That man is different from the Xander Alexander of today. He is psychologically disturbed, somebody wanting to inflict pain and misery.
You know, I'd love to talk about my experience in the ring with Xander Alexander, but this is almost a different person entirely. Another year of experience, another year of being a competitor in the Monster Factory, a complete change of mindset. I can't imagine what it'd be like to be in Brett Waters' situation right now.
I mean, with that last clubbing blow, it was more like a change of spine set.
And look at him just deadlifting with Brett Waters, now breaking his back over his knee. Now questioning the official, able to hoist up Brett Waters again. He might be, pound for pound, the strongest member of our roster.
Certainly among them.
Now the disdain from the Monster Factory faithful, 2 count there.
This crowd is trying their best to help out Brett Waters in this situation. Firmly behind the MFPW heavyweight champion, firmly behind a member of the Golden Era. But right now, I don't think it's doing much good.
Oh, up in a torture rack here. Just continuing to put pressure on that lumbar, that lower back.
And I think the strategy is emerging. Break the back of Brett Waters.
Stiff shots right to the head, maybe the top of the head of Xander. Lets him release that torture rack, and Brett, he can barely stand right now.
Well, it's a smart game plan. I mean, as far as the nerves and the body go, the spine is where everything flows, or from where everything flows. It's almost, dare I say, like a river.
Almost a modified spin-out power bomb right there from Xander Alexander. No technique needed. He's just lifting him up and slamming him down. I do know what that feels like.
Covered here by Xander Alexander, not a new champion yet.
Xander is in complete control of this match. The last thing he needs to do is get frustrated at the referee, at the fans, at Wet Brett Waters' resilience. He has to stay focused and continue his attack.
You see his attention being split here. I think you're absolutely right. What comes with some of that madness that has thrust him into this position also comes with a hot temper. You see Brett Waters taking advantage of that distraction.
A reverse knife edge.
Oh boy.
And Alexander just shrugging it off practically, looking for Xander's end.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Trying to noodle out. Now, trying to bend the knee of Xander Alexander. Was trying to maybe even get a sunset flip, but couldn't get all the way. That's how damaged the back is.
I'm not even sure he was worried about a pinning attempt. He just grabbed the inside of Xander's leg, maybe perhaps looking for a submission before Xander got to the ropes, but just really grabbing for dear life.
Pop up, able to hang on. Brett Waters, spry.
Series of forearms. Breaks the hold, able to duck under the big boot.
Popping up for a boot of his own. Getting that shoulder. Now looking for that patented DDT.
The Tornado DDT. The heavyweight championship on the line. Wet Brett Waters defending against Xander Alexander. What a way to cap off back-to-school beatings here at the MFPW.
Heard the crowd right next to us pleading with Brett Waters to go for a cover. That might have been his best chance to do so and perhaps get a 3, but the toll on the back, the attack by Xander Alexander has taken its toll and perhaps saved this match for the moment.
And don't forget, after this match, whoever wins has to worry about Goldie, the new #1 contender, winner of the Larry Sharpe Cup. Big right hands from Brett Waters, now egging on his opponent.
Now a little psychological
here we
advantage
go.
here from Wet Brett. Oh, could we see?
Back in the saddle.
Right
Wet
in his
Brett.
ear and right on the ground.
The ratio of strikes between these two competitors, for every 7 or 8 forearms that Brett's throwing at Xander, it only takes one shot from Xander to take Brett down. But at that moment right there, Brett has the advantage. The big clothesline coming off the ropes, but both competitors down.
I saw when the referee was checking in with Brett, he was gesturing to his back,
That's
pointing
right.
towards it. It must be excruciating to just take a breath, let alone move the body of Xander Alexander across the ring.
Even getting shrugged off like that has to take its toll.
Right back to the back, just a simple clubbing blow from the left arm of Xander Alexander, and the champion is prone in the center of the ring.
It's not scientific, but it is very effective.
You're certainly right with the ratio of blows. Look how much effort it took for Wet Brett just to try to move Xander Alexander. And here is Xander back up on his feet, torturing the champion once again.
This is for taking a title that wasn't yours.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Xander is saying, you took a title that wasn't yours, Brett, trying to prove that it was no fluke.
Trying to get those legs locked as he was earlier. Modified STF. Oh,
Looking for
look
that
at
American
this.
water torture.
That's exactly right.
He's got it locked. He's got it locked. Xander Alexander in trouble, and he taps.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 12 minutes, 32 seconds. The winner of this bout, and still, what's the victory champion? Wet Brett Waters!
A heroic performance from Wet Brett Waters. Xander Alexander with a brilliant strategy to attack the back. But somehow, the MFPW heavyweight champion retains and forces the challenger to tap out.
Big night for the Golden Era. The cup in their possession. The heavyweight title in their possession. And a match on the horizon between these two friends.
To the victors going all the spoils.
Somewhere Bobby's face steaming at this site. But nonetheless, what a way for back-to-school beatings to come to a conclusion. The Golden Era standing tall, if not a bit broken.
I never wanted to do this, Brett. I didn't do this. You did this, Brett. You made me do this. Why did you make me do this, Brett? You were my best friend. You meant the world to me. I cried in front of the world because of how much you meant to me, Brett. But you knew coming into this relationship what this was. You knew that this was about me. This was never about you, Brett. My name is Goldie. I am the Golden Era. I am born better. You aren't anything without me, Brett. Shut up. You are nothing without me, Brett. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of pretending that you have a belt and that makes you mean something. That's embarrassing to me. Being a sidekick is embarrassing. So, I'm gonna leave now. And I'm gonna invite my friend who listens to me and does what I want him to. I'm gonna invite Xander back into this ring to finish what I should have let him finish before. You did this. Come on, Xander. You.
This is your.
Xander, no. Come on, Xander. You don't need to do this.
We want Bobby.
Xander, come on, put it down.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.